Okay. Really don't have anything injury-wise to give you yet. Wanye's did not look good. So, but we'll be able to get you that later as we go. Um, Listen, it was a great atmosphere for a football game. The fans were phenomenal. Um, we came up short, obviously. Need to.
Sorry, coach. There we go. Sorry about that.
All right. Um, so I need to make sure that I give the guys an opportunity on those fourth downs to make plays, take full responsibility for that. Thought we could muster something up there, and I knew points were important. So, but that's my responsibility to make sure those work. And then, the obvious is we've had too many drops. You got to take care of that. I'm not sure where these came from. We've been catching the ball pretty good there till last couple games, so we've got to go back to that and make sure we're done. These are great players that have had some drops, and quarterback I know would like to have a couple of those throws back, but we've got to start making those kind of plays offensively. And defensively, I thought again the second half of the game we played really good sound football and made plays. We're able to put the ball back into the offense's hands. And then special teams, I thought did a good job too. So with that, time's yours.
We'll go first to Jesse Newell. Go ahead, Jesse.
Hey, Sid, I'll have a follow-up too. Hey, Andy, I wanted to ask you about the 4th and 1. Can you just go over what you're trying to do there? It looked like you were trying to get Hollywood out in the flat there, but can you just go over your intentions on that one?
Yeah, so Jesse, we thought we had a good play. Some of the going for fourth is you got to feel what you've got, and we thought we had a good one for them, and you're seeing that right. It was the throw to Hollywood. So.
And great. And right after the game, you said going for it in hindsight was wrong. I just wonder, after further reflection, leaving Patrick Mahomes out there on a 4th and 1, how you feel about that decision now, a few hours later, having a few hours to think about it.
Well, listen, I mean, we've been so good in that area, whether it was run or pass, and so I felt we were in a good position. I thought we had a good play. Again, I thought it was the right thing to do. Then and this is terrible to say in a situation like this because we didn't win and we didn't get that, but I would probably do that same thing again. But I also know when you don't get them, it can be a problem, and especially when they're in that field goal range area. Very aware of that. But again, I thought the risk reward was right for that time. It slapped me in the face though, so it didn't go that way.
We'll go next to Pete Sweeney.
Coach, about 17 years ago in 2008, you guys needed help from two teams in week 17, and everything kind of broke your way, and that team went to the NFC title, I guess. How do tales like that, maybe, with your own experience and then maybe other teams, help in just keeping the faith and keeping the team motivated?
Yeah, I mean, you hate for it to come down to that, Pete. But I have learned over the years that anything's possible. So I communicated that to the guys. They're down the dumps after the game. I mean, they put their heart and soul into that thing, and we came up short. So, but at the same time, there's a way you've got to pick yourself up and get yourself going again. And hope is always a good motivator there. So yeah, I think our guys realize that. I mentioned it to them after the game. Not that that's what they wanted to hear at that particular time. They were still very upset about what just went on. They wanted to wanted to win that game, obviously.
Thanks.
We'll go next to Matt Derrick.
Hey, Coach. Kind of maybe following up on last week a little bit. What went into the thought process of having Wanye on the left side and Jalen on the right, and ultimately even having Essay come in and play on the left? And is that the plan probably going forward as well?
Well, Matt, um, we had, you saw the matchups and all that. So we always take matchups into mind. But also, where the player's comfortable too. So that's what we felt was right. I can't tell you if that'll be the case this week. We'll see how things go and the game plan part of it. But it, with the exception of the pressure on the 4th and 1, there were some pretty good things um, that I thought we did there. But 51 got us a little bit on that 4th and 1 to where we wanted to go with the ball. But other than that, it was, I thought did a respectable job.
And obviously one of the big plays on that touchdown drive the Texans had was that Noel Williams holding call. Uh, what did you think of that? Because obviously it seems like the third party reaction is that that was not really a holding call.
I think my reaction probably to it said it all. That I think, we'll just leave it at that. You can go back and look at the tape. I'm sure you have, Matt.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Seren.
Coach, I'll have a follow-up. You had a 4th and 5 earlier, Coach. I know you went for it on the 4th and 1. I'm just curious when you got the penalty that shortened it to 4th and 5. Is there any kind of thought process there, or could you maybe take us through why?
So there were 5 minutes and 12 seconds, I think, left on the clock in that area. I really felt like we had a great play there that we could dial up that fit into what they were doing defensively. By that time you have a pretty decent feel on what's going on, and uh, you know, so listen, I mean, I thought we were within striking distance there to take care of it. Um, it it didn't work out. I mean, it's
I'm talking, Coach, about when you went ahead and punt. Did you give some consideration to going for it earlier on the 4th and 5? You had the penalty that shortened it down. I mean, and you didn't end up going for it. I didn't know. Was that a close one?
yeah, yeah. I think through them all, but yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you I don't go through it. The one we went for, I felt real good about, and the one we didn't go for, I wasn't feeling it. So, but um, you know, uh, listen, we had a productive play there, or the chance for a productive play, and we got to make sure that we take care of business there. So.
And then just my second one to follow up kind of on Pole. What did you see? I mean, he a lot of the analytics, a lot of the grades say he had a pretty good day. I'm just curious, did he exceed your expectations, live up to them? Do you think there's even more there from him?
Yeah, sir. And so after the game, I mentioned, I was proud of him because he had no reps in practice for the most part, other than just a couple fill-in things. But I thought he did a nice job for what he was asked to do. And we just picked him back up here, and he again had limited reps, jumps in, and I mean he's a rookie, so he jumps in and did some pretty good things against what I think is a very good football player.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
We'll go next to Todd Lebo. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned the drops, and this is not a team and a bunch of players who've had kind of drops like that. In your experience, can you put your finger on just in general why drops happen? Kind of if there's a thread on those, and I'll have a follow up as well.
Yeah, it's not from a lack of effort part. It could be as simple as just taking your eyes off the ball to see where to where you want to go in these traffic throws. So, that can be the case, or maybe the ball's a little bit on your back shoulder and you gotta squeeze it before you finish it, and take it, try to take it up the field. So there are all kinds of things. It could be part is a throw, part is just making sure that you look at all the way into the tuck.
And then last night, the guys were pretty devastated in the locker room. We were in there, and you mentioned that, how about the coaching staff? I mean, you feel like you need to kind of cheer everyone up. I mean, there's still 4 games to go. I mean, how does that kind of operate around just the building, and who does that fall on?
Well, it falls on me, first of all. So our guys will be ready. They'll be ready to go. And we need, I think you go through this and you kind of regather your thoughts, and time is a friend here for you in that area because you spend a lot of time on this, Todd, as you know, getting ready for these games. And there's a lot of effort that goes into it. And you should feel that. If you've put everything out there and you've come up on the short end, you should feel a sense that, listen, we've got to do better here, and that's not a great feeling normally. But on the other hand, you go back through and you still have an opportunity to go. That fires you up, and so you just need a minute here to catch it. Now we don't have the players in today, so they're going through that. We're deep into the Chargers right now, so as we speak. So it's that's how it rolls.
We'll close it down with Sam. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Andy,
That's it.
a couple of things. I wanted to ask you just about the fourth quarter, comes up and you guys are tied. You've been in that situation a ton this year. Do you feel the same sort of energy, effort to execution on the sideline that you do, throughout the rest of the game? Do you feel any sort of similarities and maybe why they haven't worked out?
Yeah, listen, I do feel it. I thought there was great energy actually, going into that, and uh, I don't think it was an energy thing that got us in this game here. I felt like the guys were into it, were encouraging each other, and it seemed very positive. We just had a couple negative things go wrong. I mean, that's where I'm kicking myself in the tail on the fourth down. I mean, we did have some uh, momentum, if you want to call it that, but there at least was a positive feel going. And so, and then we didn't get trying to build on that, but it didn't work out. So when they don't work, it's not a good thing.
And then I wanted to ask you about a very specific play that we didn't ask Patrick about last night, but the play where it looked like it potentially could have been offsides. There was not a flag thrown. Was there confusion about whether or not that play was live? And because it looked like you had, at least Hollywood was open downfield. Was that a play that you maybe sensed as a missed opportunity to get some yards in one way or another?
Yeah, I do. First of all, I thought it was offsides. I mean, I think
Yeah.
everybody did at that time, but it wasn't called. Normally, Patrick, when he knows it's offsides, he hangs on to it and tries to shoot it down the field as far as he can get that thing to go. So to a receiver, but he got a little bit of pressure there and late as he was waiting on it. Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. That's all we have.